Hi guys, I'm Audrey and welcome to my spring book haul video. So last week I asked if you were down to see all the wrap-ups and the hauls from the last couple of months that I didn't get to upload because my computer was broken, and someone told me to absolutely do it. So I thought I would compress like all the books that I bought in March, April, May to my spring book haul to, put it all in one video and just make this huge mess out of it. Anyway, without further ado, there are some books, a lot of books that I got in those 3 months, and let's dive in. The first book that I got was The Love That Split the World by Emily Henry. I won this book at Pages from Alien Queen of Shadows on Tumblr giveaway, and that was the book that I really wanted to read because first off, look at this gorgeous cover. Like, I don't think I have seen a much more beautiful cover. Anyway, so this book is about Natalie, who has her last year or last summer before she moves off to college, and things start to get a bit weird. Like, she sees things that shouldn't be there, like that aren't really real, and it really confuses her. And then there's also grandmother who keeps visiting her at night, and she tells her that she only has 3 more months to save him, and she does not know who him is. So that's just really shorthand how this book starts. It's really gorgeous. I read it, and I will talk more about this book in my April wrap-up video, what will come soon. The next books that I got were the Unearthly Trilogy by Cynthia Hand. I completely blame Mary on buying this whole trilogy. I think it was on Tumblr when she made a post about the series and how awesome it is and how you have to read it, and I completely trust Mary because she likes some really good books, or she reads some really good books, and I completely trust her recommendation. To be honest, so much time has passed since I've seen that post that I completely forgot what this is about, but I think it's something with angels, I think. And she said it's a love triangle that you will like, so I am pretty curious about that one. And yeah, so I really hope that I get around to read it soon because yeah, I should, The next book that I got was The Choice by Nicholas Sparks. So I saw the trailer from the movie on TV, and it sounded really promising, but I am the person who has to read the book first before I watch the movie. So I got the book, and from the things that I remember from the trailer was a man and a woman who are neighbors, and he kind of makes like some efforts to, get with her, something like that. I don't know. They probably end up together because it's Nicholas Sparks, but then something happens and she is in a hospital. Something like that. That's only what I remember from the trailer. Anyway, I really like Nicholas Sparks books. I think I've read like 5 of them so far, and yeah, so I'm really excited to get to this one. The next book that I got was Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. This is the first book of the Dark Artifices series or trilogy, and it's about Emma and Julian and the Los Angeles Institute. And yeah, I am so excited to get to it. I wanted to read this since I knew it was coming out, but so far I didn't get around reading it because I have so many other books to read, and this just always get pushed behind. But I really want to get to it soon and read it soon because I've seen so many great edits and fan art, and people are gushing all over Tumblr about this, and I just love the Shadowhunter world. The Model Instruments is a series that actually got me into reading and to young adults, so it will always have like a special place in my heart. And the Infernal Devices were like the trilogy I read after finishing City of Lost Souls, and that was like the best trilogy like ever, like the only triangle the only love triangle I approve of, and so I'm super excited to get to this one day soon. The next book that I got was Stars Above by Marissa Meyer. It's a collection of short stories from the Lunar Chronicles universe, and I haven't gotten around to reading it so far. Same with Lady Midnight, so many other books, and so it gets like pushed behind because I am also not done with putting the Lunar Chronicle world aside and finishing it. So yeah, I really do hope that I do get to it soon and maybe cry a bit because it's over. The next book that I got was Girl Online by Zoe Sugg. I talked about this book already in my March wrap-up video. This book is about Penny, who writes a blog called Girl Online, and she suffers from panic attacks, and something happens that her parents decide to take her with them to New York, where they plan a wedding, and to get her out of to get her out of Brighton where they live. It wasn't really my cup of tea, but I'm pretty sure there are many people out there who love this book. The next books that I got were Uncommon Criminals and Perfect Scoundrels by Eddie Carter. These are the second and the third book of the High Society series or trilogy. I read High Society, I think in July, August last year, and I really loved it. And yeah, now I finally hope to finish the series now that I got the second and third book, and I'm really excited because it's supposed to be really, really good. Like I've seen a lot of people on Tumblr talking about the series and how good it is and how underrated it is, and yeah, I really and I'm really excited to get back into Katarina's world and her friends and family and them stealing stuff. Yay! The next books that I got were Pushing the Limits, Crash Into You, and Take Me On by Katy McGarry. I just had to buy these books because I read Dare You 2 in the beginning of this year. I absolutely devoured it. I loved it. And so I just had to get the other books of the series. And they were all pretty cheap on Amazon, so I was like, why not get them all? Each of these books are around characters that have been introduced in the former books but didn't get the spotlight, and now it's their time to shine and tell their story. I am super excited to read them all because I love Dare You 2. I love Katy McGarry's writing, and I'm pretty sure I talked about Dare You 2 in my January wrap-up video, so I'm also going to link it down below if you want to know what I felt about it. The next books that I got were Gone Girl, Dark Places, and Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. This is actually like the Gillian Flynn book box, but without the book box. I bought it used, but whatever, I got the book, so I don't care. And I wanted to read her books or Gone Girl in general since I think the movie came out, which is a couple of years ago. And yeah, I am super excited to get to them soon. I hope soon. Someday soon. I don't know. We'll see. But I'll let you know. The next book that I got was Keeping Her, a Losing It novella by Cora Carmack. Losing It is about Bliss, who is a college student who is a virgin, and she thinks that she needs to have a one-night stand with no strings attached, but it turns out that her one-night stand is her new English professor. Or just professor at school. Whatever. Keeping Her is about the things that happen after losing it. I talked about this in my March wrap-up video. If you wanna know what I thought about this book, just go ahead and watch the video. And yeah. The next book that I got was The Mime Order by Samantha Shannon. I got the Bone season when I was at the Strand bookstore in New York, which was in September. and I haven't started reading it because I didn't have the sequel, and I'm that person who has to have like all books that are published so far from a series before I start, because I am so afraid of finishing it, liking it, and then not having the opportunity to read the second book, although it's already out, and I don't like that. But yeah, like I said with the other books, I have too many books that I still have to read, and so I don't know when I will get around to, but I hope that it's soon. I really hope. The next book that I got was Kindred Spirits by Rainbow Rowell. This is like a really small, tiny book. It's a short story about Elena, who is a Star Wars fan, like a serious hardcore Star Wars fan, that for The Force Awakens, she sits in line in front of the cinema to be like one of the first inside, and yeah, that's her experience in this couple of days that she sleeps outside. And yeah, it's super cute, and I loved it, not only because I love Rainbow Rowell, but also because I'm a huge Star Wars fan. If you haven't seen this cute guy in the back of my video, so yeah, I can totally recommend. This is super cute, and on Amazon I just saw that it's like €1 something, so go ahead and buy it. It's cute and cool. The next book that I got was The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. The Raven King is the fourth and last book of the Raven Cycle series, and I haven't read this so far because I still haven't finished Blue Lily Lily Blue. I am currently reading this, but I'm not sure if I'm going to read this next because I am not ready to leave my small children behind and finish this series. So I probably will like keep it on until the feels for the series are getting too much and I just have to read it. I am so afraid of last books and series that I love. Oh god. But yeah, I do hope that I get to it soon because I also need to know how everything ends out or turns out, and oh gosh, the dilemma in it. The dilemma. The next book that I got was A Court of Mr. Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This book is the second book of the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, or a trilogy. And oh my god, guys. This is the book to end all books. It was so good. Seriously. I mean, it's super thick. And when I started, I was like, what did I get myself into? But holy guacamole. This book is so good. Like, oh my god, I'm still speechless. Whenever I see fan art and edits on Tumblr, it's like my heart gets broken all over again in a million tiny little pieces, and I'm just like so done, and like have to share this with all my friends on Tumblr who are also destroyed by this book, but in a good and also bad way. But I'm going to talk about this in my May wrap-up video. And I do think that I have to make a book talk video where I just talk about this book and ramble about this book for like, I don't know, 10 minutes or something, or 50 minutes, because it was so freaking good. Seriously, guys, I love this so much. The next book that I got was Diary of a Haunting by M. Verano. I saw this book while I was at the Strand bookstore. It just came out around that time when I was there, and I just thought it sounded like it looked really cool. I mean, that dust jacket. What? It's like a horror story in a book, and I am super excited to read it because I love horror stories, like or horror movies in general, like haunted houses, horror movies. I'm totally down for that. First season of American Horror Story, I binge watched it because I loved it. I'm just a huge horror movie, horror whatever fan, and so I am super excited to get to read it and get to it soon. I hope it's soon. Like I said with all the books before, I hope that I get to it soon, but I can't promise that myself. The next books that I got were the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. So since I started hanging out on Tumblr and spending my whole free time on there, I've seen this series or this trilogy mentioned so many times. And yeah, so they were really cheap and I went ahead and got them. I do forgot what this series is about in all these months and years that I heard of it. But it's high fantasy, I think, and those books are huge. And I think my arm is falling asleep from holding it upright. But I do hope that I get to read them soon so I can finally fangirl along when the series get mentioned. The next book that I got was The Last Star by Greg Yancey. This is the third and last book of the Fifth Wave trilogy, and I am so not ready to read this book yet. I am not ready to leave Evan behind. I am not. And I don't know, I'm just so afraid of what will happen, how things will turn out, and who will survive or not survive. And Cassie, oh my god, Cassie. I do hope that she will be happy at the end. I'm so invested in her happiness, and Evans of course. But I'm not ready. But at the same time I wanna read it so badly because I wanna know how it ends. It's just the internal struggle of a bookworm and finishing series, right? And now finally the last book of my spring book haul, or also the March, April, and May book haul. And that is The Next Together by Lauren James. I read this book in June, and if you want to know more about what I thought about this book and all my ramblings about it, just watch my June wrap-up video, and yeah, you'll know. No, but seriously, it's a really good book. It's really great. It's about reincarnation, time travel, and if that doesn't spark your interest, what will? No, just kidding. So yeah, it's about Catherine and Matthew who get born again and again and again, and in each life they meet each other, in each life they fall in love with each other, and in each life they get torn apart just to meet again in the next life. And so yeah, will this be their last together? It's a really good book. I love reading it, and I actually devoured it, to be honest. And Lauren James' writing is so good, and the illustrations in this book is so super good. So I can totally recommend reading this book. Read it. Okay, so these are all the books that I bought or got in the months of March, April, and May, which concludes to my spring book haul video. Did you read any of those books, or do you now plan on reading them? Just let me know, comment below. I love to talk about these books with you guys, or any other books, or just talk in general. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I wish you a great day, night, evening, or whatever time is it in your time zone when you're currently watching this mess of a video. And yeah, see you next time. Bye. His name is Ethan, right? It's Evan! Oh my god, it's Evan! of my life and I forgot his name. Oh god.